Fanboys and felons, welcome back to another ALS video. Today I want to talk about something kind of a little bit more serious. It's in regard of the game's status at the moment. So as you guys may know, I low-key might not be the most active person ever, but that's for good reason. I'm fucking employed. See, there's a really big problem with that. When you have games like ALS where they pretty much have shifted from doing bi-weekly updates to weekly updates now, that's when it gets a little difficult for me because I simply just can't keep up. It seems like they have just... It's not like the quality itself has gone down for the game per se, but I'd say more or less like the effort, if that makes any sense. Even though they just did release the Fate update. This is how just behind I am, by the way. They did release a Fate update, and they have a whole new, like, I guess, quote-unquote game mode. Really, it's just a reskin of Boss Rush and Survival. They did release those, and it does have a bit of effort into it. You can tell, especially with the Gilgamesh boss. I think it's a neat touch, but if you try to divide everything, so everything has a pity and a very low drop chance. Not only from, I think Saber is from a legend stage, then you have 2 units from the boss rush, and then another unit from the survival. It's a lot to cram in for just 1 week. So the people that can only play, me for example, on the weekends, sometimes, because most of my weekends lately have been absolutely packed to the point where I'm not home all week, all weekend. So when they try to pack it like that, it feels, how should I say, it feels like it's low effort. Like, it doesn't feel like they're actually trying. They just keep reskinning pretty much everything and just put these, like, disgusting, like, pity drop rates that just make you grind the same game mode over and over and over. Not only that, but it gets to the point where they make these events so difficult to the point where even if I try to catch up by, let's say, for example, a macro or something, it's just impossible because they disable seamless retry, so it's a little bit more difficult, the tiny task and such. And not only that, but they make the event so incredibly hard where you just have to sweat the first few waves. And just like everything in this game, the first few waves are just diabolical, and then the game is just so easy it hurts. And then it's just like I can't keep up. So basically I'm making this video because I have missed, and I am pretty good at covering every single video, even though I take a few weeks per se. I cover every single update on this game. I will admit it, I love the game. I love how the game plays. I love the simplicity of it. It is digestible. It's a good game at its heart, but it's lately, I feel like with the shift of weekly updates, it's just been hurting the game. Like, and I'm not the only one. I personally, again, have a job, so I can't play it during the week mostly, but some people, you know, they have school and then they have other, like, school activities. I'm sure most of the ALS player base is actually under the age of 18 and such, where they're still in school and they have like sports and stuff like that. They can't keep up either, and I've seen it all over the Discord, and it really sucks because I really resonate with that. I feel that to an extreme level. I simply just can't keep up. So I'm making the video to cover pretty much update 50, the Easter one, and what else am I missing here? Update 50, the Easter, Black Clover, and I'm pretty sure that's it. I can't remember. I'm sorry if I missed something. I have been grinding them on my own time. I quite literally just finished getting everyone from Black Clover, and it's a day after the Fate update dropped. So recording this right before I go to work, so it's been getting a little bit difficult, honestly, but we'll make it work for sure. Pretty much getting sidetracked here, but the whole premise of this video is the fact that I just wish the game would go back to bi-weekly updates, and I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that really agree with me on this, because again, we can't keep up. We simply can't keep up, and it feels like they're just not like they were adding anything like, you know, crazy before they switched to weekly updates, you know, but it feels like they have made the content, I guess, just more tailored towards, we're gonna add these just absolutely dreadful grinds instead of somewhat challenging and fun, just so you guys can have enough, the people that live on this game, live and breathe this game, have enough time to, you know, grind for the next update, right? So typically it would take you, I don't know, 1 or 2 days to grind out the update, and then all you have to wait is literally like five more days. That's for someone that lives and breathes on this game. Me personally, I can't do that. So yeah, it gets kind of tricky there, but I don't know, man. I love this game, I really do, and I just hate seeing what they're, I guess, what they're doing now with it. I feel like going back to bi-weekly updates is only going to benefit the game. I don't see how it could hurt it, you know. And it also gives them more time to come up with more creative stuff, because again, it is getting kind of tiring, the fact that they just have been rinsing and repeating the same thing over and over, with nothing really too crazy and new. And yeah, I don't know, man. I've been playing this game since literally the first update. The only reason why I started playing this game was because when the first update dropped, which I remember it was Saber, I ended up getting her in just one multi, and back then, with the old developers, it was just absolutely crazy. The fact that you know, get a Celestial and then gets a decent trait like Shinigami back then was pretty decent, especially for the, I guess, compared to how like difficult the content was, it wasn't crazy. It was just like, you know, you didn't need necessarily like Overlord to be able to compete. You know, Shinigami or All-Seeing were also, you know, traits that could be useful in the game, and that's also, I guess, somewhat of another thing. In this game, you can't really use any other trait. You need everything Overlord plus, and with a game that you can farm rerolls, I guess you could say like, oh, it doesn't really matter. It is what it is, you know, it's not a big deal, but I just, then what's the point of having those other traits, you know? It's just, they're only there for the gambling aspect of the game, honestly. They're not there for anything else that's really important, like, at all for the game, for the health and just, I guess, any unit. Like, you don't need to use those other traits. The only other scenario where I see you could use those traits is like, I don't know, like Hyperspeed or Shinigami or whatever, like when you're farming for kills. When you're farming for your 15,000 kills on your unit, I guess having like Hyperspeed or Demigod or something like that is pretty good, you know, because you really don't want like a one placement off the rip, because it's gonna take a lot longer, especially if the unit's like 3 placement. You're better off just rolling like a Hyperspeed or a Demigod, farming up the kills, and then going for the big traits, I guess. I'm not gonna lie, I've never been good at commentary, which is why I feel like even myself, I'm listening back to like all the audio I've just recorded, and I feel like I'm just babbling on. But long story short, please, Boss Studio, go back to bi-weekly updates. It literally, there's not a single person on your Discord that I have personally seen that genuinely likes those weekly updates that you have been giving us. Really want to see this game succeed. Like, the fact that it can hold over like 35,000 concurrent players at all times is really amazing. Like, it's nothing to joke about, right? It's honestly so good, and I just want what's best for the game, and I feel like just those bi-weekly updates again just giving your people more time and your developers more time to work on your updates, the player base to be able to catch up with those updates, because I don't know about y'all, but personally, I'm a collector. I want to have every single unit in the game, or get damn near as close to it, and just having these weekly updates, it's been hurting me, because I can't even play tournament, to be honest, because all my time is spent trying to catch up to the last update, and by the time I catch up, I have maybe a run or two that are solid but not good enough to land me on that top 12, and then the game shuts down, and I'm just I don't get the unit. And it's not just like a weekly update thing. For me, the Fate update dropped Monday afternoon, which means if they're gonna drop it on a Sunday, that's literally less than a week. That is only 6 days. If we get, well, I wouldn't say lucky, but I guess lucky in regards of like, yay, not a fucking 2 in the morning on a Monday update, and we get one on a Saturday, which would honestly be so much better. But I think Friday night would be better for an update, but that's personally just me. Sometimes they drop updates like on a Sunday afternoon, on a Saturday afternoon, and then sometimes they drop Monday at like 4 in the morning, or even like it just happened Monday in the afternoon for me. So at this rate, it's not really just weekly updates. It's a little less than that, which makes me want to cry. The point I was trying to make is just completely gone to shit by now, because I've just been babbling out. But I'm pretty sure I explained my point literally as the video was starting. I want what's best for the game, and these bi-weekly updates, I mean weekly updates, are just not it. They're simply not it. It's not helping anyone really. And if you like these weekly updates, get employed or do something else with your life, because you play this game too much. And this is coming from someone that has way too much like playtime on this. Like, my computer is suffering because of this game. So please come on, I can't do this anymore. As far as the Fate update video, I'm hoping I can release it this weekend. I'm gonna see if I can edit this video between like mornings before work. It'll be really hard, but I think I can do it. So yeah, that's been the video. I hope at least one of you understands where I'm coming from when I'm talking about this. But yeah, see you later, I guess.